Matt, in our earlier episode, we spread this manure. But one thing you were asking about, you had seen this Harrow, or
Harry.
I'll have to use that term right. You know, you got to win and roam kind of thing. So you had asked about our Harry, and you said that this would be perfect for spreading this out even more, right?
Yes, and the piles that are in the field, spread them out to where they'll dissolve and, you know, process better.
Okay, that's what we're going to do today. Let's get started. Now you're saying that your spreader doesn't do as good a job as this.
No, it doesn't spread. There'll be more clumps and stuff.
Okay, so do you think you would need the Harrow for this this spread job, or would you leave this alone typically?
You could leave it alone, but I mean, it's just going to benefit. It's going to help it break down quicker to hit it now.
So smaller chunks is really what you're after, and that includes the piles that the horses have left out here, as well as the big clumps that we left when we spread it.
That's right.
Well, I think it's a good time for you to get on Johnny 2 and go at it. Now, remember, Johnny 2 was just at the Farm Progress show, so he's all clean.
Clean and nice. Oh, boy.
You can't get anything on it.
Okay, I won't. I'll try.
Promise?
A little bit. A little bit.
It is really breaking it up nicely. Any comments?
Pay no attention to the poop on the wheels. It's an optical illusion.
I don't see any.
It's optical illusion. Look at the difference.
It's stunning.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's stunning.
The next rain shower, it will be gone.
Okay, let's see some more. So there's a big clump right there. Let's see what it looks like when he gets by. That's what has been harrowed. This is what has not. Amazing. Now we've shown you this harrow before. It's got 3 separate, I might call it settings. You pull it a different direction or you turn it over to have more or less aggressive settings. For this particular project, we have it set to the least aggressive of those 3 settings. We've got it, what I would say, turned upside down so that it's not digging in at all. It's just being used as a simple drag. It's all little chunks now, but there's a bunch of manure out here. It's really thick, but it's really small pieces. Like Matt says, that'll break down quickly and be gone, and it'll actually be fertilizer quicker than you can imagine.
This harrow is working so well that we decided to use a little bit more action footage than what we typically would in the video. Hope you enjoy it.
I like that thing.
You need one of those.
Yes, I do. See, and I not only use it for the manure, but you can't really tell right now because it's so bare, but where we work the horses, there's a track.
Okay.
It was all gravel at one time, but I would use it to once a week, you know, go over the track to make the surface smoother for the horses to work on.
Okay. So there's just a track around the outside there?
No, it's just an oval. Right?
A little oval right there in the middle
yeah.
that you kind of walk them around?
No, we canter. I drive the cart on it. It's big enough for the.
Okay, so what are you doing? Are you training them for something, or?
What we have now are all ready for the show ring, but yeah, I've trained them down here for showing, and then it just come down and ride and relax.
Okay.
Now, is that the smallest one they have, or?
That's either the smallest or the next to the smallest, but
I like that size.
I think that size is perfect for your 1025R.
Yeah.
I think this one's 5.5 feet wide.
I think we've had the 1025R for 5 years.
Okay.
This is the 5th year.
Okay. And I assume you like it.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Is it the right size, you think, for your property?
Yep, for
Okay.
our property.
And I mean, you probably really use it because you've got with the horses here. You also mow with it, right?
Yes, I mow this field here.
Okay.
I do the yard, but we have too many trees.
Yeah, and it's pretty hilly out there too.
Yeah,
It's steeper
yeah.
hills than back here in the pasture.
Yeah.
But you mow this every other week or so?
No, it'll get the places that they use for their bathroom. I let it get up, not quite knee high, because they keep all the, like up there where he's at, they graze there all the time.
Okay.
And it's really thin.
Yeah.
And I just have like maybe 4 or 5 spots.
That they allow to grow.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Do you think that's because I guess it's because that's where they do their job, right? Or is it because they don't like the grass in that particular place as
They
well?
never have. For 34 years, I've never had horses eat the grass in those same particular spots.
Interesting. And you've reseeded several times, so it's
Yes.
not like the grass is different.
No.
It shouldn't be.
No,
That's fascinating.
there's some grass that has like a sawtooth blade on it, especially up in here. But I've cut it all down now, but oh, they just won't.
They won't touch
They
it.
won't even think about it.
Okay. Okay. Now, so you take your horses to shows. What else do you do with them? Is that it? I
That's
mean,
about it.
now is it both sizes, the big ones as well as the miniatures? Okay. Matt, this doesn't quite look like it did when you started.
Optical Illusion. Optical Illusion. It's not really there. Touch it. It's not really there.
I'm not going to touch it.
We'll get her cleaned up. We'll get her
No
cleaned
big
up.
deal. What do you think? Did the Hari help anything?
Oh yes, tremendously.
How do I
mean,
spell that?
I don't know. Just however. Harye. Hari. I don't know. You know.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
But you're wanting to try this over at your pasture as well?
Yes. On
Okay.
the heavier cow manure.
Okay, you're wanting to
So,
split up
yeah.
the cow pies.
Yep. Yep.
Slice them up, dice them.
And that's what I've done here. The heavier, the taller grass, it's there because they don't want to eat around it. So that's why I was hitting those high spots here, you know, along with the trouble spots and I mean, a good little 1/4 inch rain in this. I mean, you'll never know which spread.
Well, you need to talk your mom into getting one of
Cheap.
these. I tried.
Will you take them to lunch and I'll just try to hide this somewhere?
If you missed our manure spreading video, it might be worthwhile to go check it out. Just for a little background though, we spread 2 types of manure. Where Matt's working now was a wetter manure. It had a lot more straw in it and it was wet. This wet stuff was piled up by the white truck there. We found that it didn't spread near as nicely as the drier pile. It left clumps and it pulled hard. Let's take a look at the pasture itself. You can tell that the grass is a little bit taller here. It's also quite a rough ride on these little tractors. Matt's mom's got her horse pasture Smooth. At this point, we were kind of getting tired. If we'd had more energy, we would have turned that harrow over and put it on a more aggressive setting. I think it would have worked a lot better in this heavier grass and with some of those bigger clumps and wetter clumped manure to have had it in a more aggressive setting. But we had had about all the tractor fun we could handle. We baled hay with the 1025R, and we spread manure, and now we're harrowing. Perhaps that's why I've decided the best camera position is for me to be in the shade.
Man, this is just walking out across here is a testament to what I'm willing to do for this channel. How do you think it's working on this wet stuff?
Not as well as the dry.
I agree. I think if this had a day to dry and then you beat it up.
Yeah, it'd make a big difference. Big difference. I think what I'll do is just over under the 2 shade trees and stuff where there's just patties on the dirt, I'll try to scatter them out and
this may just have to wait.
yes, yeah.
It seems like it's just rolling it up.
Just making little balls out of it.
Okay, so you're going under.
Over that big tree over there.
Okay.
And then along that fence row over there, it's shaded in the morning, and there's 2 places over there where they like to lay. And
Okay.
And here's a good example of where that more aggressive approach on the harrow would have helped. That patty would have easily been busted up if we'd just had a spike sticking down there. I talked to the manufacturer about the results we saw in this particular pasture. He said he would always run the harrow in a more aggressive state.
It spreads them out a little bit.
He said he essentially never runs it on its back like we're running it there.
Couple things I noticed. One thing is with the grass being heavier here, I don't think the harrow Harry is able to get down into the cow pies as easily.
no.
And the other thing is, I think maybe if it were turned over in one of its more aggressive settings,
But maybe the teeth backwards.
yeah, like
Yeah.
The mid
Yeah.
setting, you
Yeah.
might call it,
Yeah.
I think it might work a little bit better.
Yep, they could.
The third thing is, it'd take a long time to harry
Oh.
this whole field, and it's
Yeah.
mighty rough.
It is. It is.
So I'm thinking we declare the harry a wonderful tool for the horse manure. That was
Yes.
incredible.
Yep.
And I think you're going to need to get about a 20-footer
I think you're
for
right.
this field.
I think you're right.
You know where to get it?
Right implement, maybe. One of these days.
Oh,
Put an
man.
order in, might have it 9 months. Supply chain.
Or you can go to AmericanHarrow.com right now, and you can use code TTWT, and you can get a 5% discount and have it shipped directly to your door, and it'll be there quicker than 9 months.
Yes.
I guarantee it.
Guaranteed.
So yeah, actually I do think one of those American Harrows is just what you need.
I do too.
So I like the 3 settings,
Yep.
the different levels of
Yep.
aggression that it can put out.
Because the lightest setting worked best in there. This needed kind of the intermediate.
And then when I was trying to stir up my rocks in my driveway,
needed the
I
most
needed the
aggressive.
most aggressive. In fact, I wanted to put something on top of it.
Yep.
It's a good tool, fairly cost effective.
Yes.
Okay, enough on that. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing the Harry in action. Hey, it is what it is.
Yep.
So go to AmericanHarry.com. No. He'll have to reserve a new domain name. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.